Welcome. I'm Andrew Hooper, the founder of Breakthrough Thrive and principal of Hooper Financial and Hooper Insurance Services. And today's topic is this: always strive for awareness, not avoidance. One leads to reality and growth, the other to fantasy and regression. So let me share with you a little bit of where this comes from for this daily breakthrough. So again, this idea of striving for awareness, not avoidance, with, of course, the idea that one leads to reality and growth, the other to fantasy and regression. So over the last week, if you look, not this week, but the week prior, where this idea came from is I found myself binging on just absolute shit food. Bottom line, crap. I was eating like garbage, just total junk. And I'm sitting here and like I'm sure a lot of you have felt before, where you literally get in line to get something that you know is absolutely horrific. And you sit there and you go, I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do this. And then it goes right to the order. And you go, yeah, double quarter pounder, please. And the whole time you're like, this is dumb. Why am I doing this? This does not help me to get anywhere where I want to go in my body. What the hell is going on? Why am I doing this? Why do I make these decisions? Because it didn't just end there. It ended with other decisions that I made over the course of about 2 days. And, I'm aware of it. I am recognizing it. I'm simply not acting against it. And what came to me was this idea that, I hadn't gotten a good amount of sleep for a few days leading up to that. And the thing that I find within myself is if I don't get 6.5 to 7 hours sleep, my discipline goes out the window. Like I just am not as disciplined as I am if I get a good night's sleep of 6.5 to 7 hours sleep. The other thing that happens is I start to actually have almost like this mental attack on myself, where I start challenging my ability to accomplish things that I accomplish all the time. I start telling myself that I'm not, good at what I do. I start telling myself that I'm bound to be fat. I start telling myself that I'm too weak to work out in the morning. There's all sorts of things that I start to tell myself when I do not get enough sleep. So one thing that I've discovered for myself over the last, I'd say 8 months at this point, is that sleep for me is critical. And I believe it's critical for a lot of you too. The other thing that I notice is, so one, when I don't get enough sleep, my discipline goes out the window. The other thing is I start to avoid. So here I am, right? I'm in this line to get crappy food. In my mind, I'm going, there's a healthy option, like literally just right around the corner. There's truly a healthy option. It's not an issue of money. They cost about the same. What the hell's going on? Well, the reality is avoidance, right? I just sit there and I go, whatever. I'm going to avoid reality. I'm going to live in this fantasy land that by eating this crappy food, it's going to make me feel good. Now, what's amazing is that I know it won't make me feel good. And in fact, it never makes me feel good. In fact, it oftentimes doesn't even taste as good as I seem to think it's going to taste. And yet here I go down that path anyway. I'm sure you find it too. Maybe it's not in food for you. It could be in other things. But the bottom line is we have a tendency to go and avoid reality and create a fantasy inside of our life, which ultimately leads to regression, the loss of progress that we've made. And so what I encourage you to do is think about this for a moment. Where in your life are you finding that you're ignoring and not being aware of your reality? And not only are you not being aware of your reality, but you are absolutely fucking living in fantasy. You are in a fantasy land. You are in essence telling yourself that I will lose weight if I keep eating this way, or it's only one bad day, while it's 2 days, 3 days, 4 days that rack up. Or maybe it's not going to the gym, or maybe it's telling yourself my marriage will be fine, while you totally ignore your wife or your husband, or you ignore the relationship you have with your kids. You're avoiding somewhere in your life. Where are you doing that? Where do you find yourself avoiding reality? Now, here's my challenge for you. Simply stop. Recognize it. For me, I recognize it. I look and I go, oh crap, Drew, you're getting back into that habit, and identify what's the root cause. For me, the root cause was lack of sleep. So boom, what do? I fix it. I say, okay, well, tonight, no matter what, I'm going to get at least 6.5 hours sleep, if not 7, maybe even 8 hours sleep. And I did that. And next thing you know, the next day I felt as though I had more discipline. I felt more self-control, and I went ahead and made better choices, better actions, which led to better choices, better actions the next day, which led for me to go ahead and get more sleep because I felt good. The reality is that if we stop avoiding and we recognize and become aware of our reality, we have opportunity for growth. But if you continue to avoid and you continue to live in fantasy, all you're going to find is regression. So share with me in the comments below. I'd love to hear what it is that you deal with and your little tricks for overcoming these challenges that you face in your life. Make sure you subscribe to this channel so you get updated whenever we put out new content, which we try to do on a daily basis. And until next time, I cannot wait to see you break through. Have a fantastic day, folks.